Hey everybody, welcome back to Faraday Research. It's Tuesday morning here, and I'm just going to do a quick video on my new Pulse spark gap generator. And what I did was over the weekend, I really simplified everything. I scaled everything down. I added a couple of new features. The first one would be the power switch. I used a single throw home switch that you would use like on the wall. And yeah, so I simplified everything. I crunched everything down. I tried to condense everything, simplify the wiring as much as possible. So I'm going to kind of review the circuit. First, before that, if you haven't become a member, we've finally hit 1,000. So excellent. I'm so happy. Thank you everybody for all your support. Yeah, we're over 1,000 subscribers, and we're just continuing to gain momentum on the site, and we're getting this information out to the masses. And I'm collaborating with everybody, people asking questions. I have a very active comments page. Also too, I got Patreon. If you like what I'm doing and you like to chip in a buck or two or whatever, or become a Patreon, that helps me fund to get the materials I need to make this stuff. I got some other concepts that I'm going to be working through the Christmas on and into the new year, and I got to save up some money for that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting to dabble with the piezoelectric crystals, and there might be a way that I can implement that into this. So I'm kind of racing here, but I've been studying the works of Jim Murray, and he's been working on some interesting stuff on how to basically dial in the reactive power. And this system here is very much so a reactive power system, and how most systems, if the second I put a load on this, the system dies out, it craps out, is because you got the reactive inductance. And what happens is, instead of the power flowing through the system, it gets stuck in the coil, it gets trapped there. So there's a way of getting through this problem by adding basically another circuit to it. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep the top end of the power source up. So if I hooked this up to a load, say for sake of argument, it was 60 volts. After I put a load on it, it would drop right down to 10 volts. And basically what happens is that active power, because we're using an active power source with the spark gap, it's getting trapped inside the coil. It can't get anywhere. It's called reactive inductance. And it gets trapped there. So what you have to do is add a separate line of power, basically to get it to go over the top and get that voltage up again. And as soon as you can get that voltage up again, everything that's stored within this coil comes flying out and giving you the horsepower or wattage that you want. Now, sorry, I'm racing here because I got to get moving here. But yeah, so you start watching Jim Murray's videos on his transforming generator, and very important stuff. If I get time, I'll put the link up for the video. But watch it over and over and over again until you understand what he's getting at. So basically, all my stuff, that even the pulse motor stuff, all that stuff is relating to the same problem, is the power's getting trapped in the coil. So you have to add a second channel of power, merge it with this, and it will give it that top edge, top voltage, and get it through. So a lot of people are comparing voltage to the EMF. It's not. EMF is electromotive force. Electromotive force is the push. It's the horsepower that pushes the voltage. You can have all the voltage in the world, okay? But when it comes to current, you can have current, but it won't do anything if it doesn't have the voltage in it. It's different. Current will not flow unless it has voltage. And that's what Jim Murray talks about. So the idea is to create this active power, get it in there, and if you're going to hook it up to a load, it craps out. It gets trapped in here. So you have to add the second line of voltage into the system to get that voltage back up. So like say 60 volts, right? And then when you get enough voltage back in that coil, the EMF now can carry it and push it out of the system. And that's what you gotta try to accomplish. So very important. I'll try to put up the link for Jim Murray's videos on this transforming generator. And so what I'm gonna do is do a quick little demo. You can see how simplified my system is now. So you got the high power transformer there, goes through the circuit. Now these two are in parallel, so there's the white wire here is actually negative, so I got that hooked up in parallel. It comes out in series, goes through the spark gap, comes around down the red wire, through the second spark gap and around, and then comes into my circuit, which is my capacitor bank, which I'm gonna add more to it eventually. It also has a ground wire, so now we're back into series again. Back into parallel. So it goes from parallel to series with the spark gap, back to parallel again, and then from parallel goes into the coil, comes out the coil, and then you can put it directly to a load or to a full wave bridge rectifier, which I'll install on the top there. During this week, I'll probably get into putting that in there. So it's a pretty easy circuit. This is the power. I got now a toggle switch, so now I can turn it on at will. So I can set my power supply, keep it at where I need it, and then I can just turn it on and off here. So, and then I can so it's very easy. And I just basically glued it down to the panel there. It's a one that you use in the house. It's a single throw power switch. So yeah, now it's easy to work with. Now I can swap out the coils. I can change coils. I can. It's just a cleaner setup, and you know you don't get confused now on the wiring. So it comes from here, goes through here. Goes through the spark gap, down the second spark gap, out, and then it goes to my capacitor bank. That's yellow is negative, red is positive. So now I got it in series, parallel again, and then it goes to the coil, and then from the coil to a load. And that's it. It's really, really simple. This is the main power input for my power supply. So yeah, I'm really, really, really happy how this circuit turned out. The way I did the layout's just awesome now. It's so much easier and less confusing, especially for you guys. I'm trying to make this as easy for you to see how I did it. I just used some L brackets. I used the door handle knobs for cabinets as the spark gaps. So I got 4 there, and then 4 knobs. So it comes, and I bolted everything into place. Give you a real good zoom in there, how I did it. And then I joined it with the red wire. And then there is a capacitor bank, which I'm going to add a lot more to it. You need a lot of capacitance in a system like this. This is nothing. I got to add way more. But this is kind of the simplified version of what I've been working with. So you guys got a pretty good bird's eye view of how this thing's put together. And then I got the toggle switch, just the main power comes in, comes out, goes to the power. The white wire is the negative for the, and that just goes to negative there. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I can't get any more basic than this. So I'm going to cut it short here. I got to get to work. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Any comments, questions, concerns, put it in the comments. I got my description there for my Patreon page and also my Bitcoin there. And yeah, we'll see everybody. We'll see everyone soon, and everybody have a great day. Take care for now.